Hmm? चल गया वॉइस। अरे ना एक बार फोन काट करके देंगे, स्टार्ट करूं? राइट। So let's start. Have you joined, all of you? Have you joined? Yes. Now, all interaction which occur due to temperature difference, they are heat interactions. All interactions that occur due to, I repeat, all interactions that occur due to temperature difference is nothing but are heat interactions. Okay. Let us take a container, mkg mass, same mkg mass. Let us take water. Here also we have taken water. We have taken equal quantity of water. I repeat, equal quantity of water into different containers. Let the initial temperature be Ti. Here also the initial temperature is Ti. Let it be some 20 degrees centigrade. Initial temperature, let it be some 20 degrees centigrade. Just for example, supply heat. The initial temperature here is 20 degrees centigrade. Here also the initial temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. Supply heat. Let us say this is 1 and this is 2. Now, when you are supplying heat, the temperature will increase. Let the final temperature here be 40 degrees centigrade. Let the final temperature here be 40 degrees centigrade. यहाँ पे भी I am supplying. Let the final temperature be some 90 degrees centigrade. My dear students, on the same substance, you are supplying heat. I took same mass. Both were at the same initial temperature. Let us find out what is the temperature difference. 40 minus 20 is 20 degrees centigrade. 90 minus 20 is here delta T is 70 degrees centigrade. Now the question. In which case do you have to supply more heat? I repeat, in which case do you have to supply more heat? Obviously, where you want more difference, you have to supply more heat. Obviously, where you want more heat, you have to supply more heat. More temperature difference, more heat. Means the heat transfer is directly proportional to temperature difference. Greater the temperature, for example, so this is at 20, this is at 20, supply heat. Both, so we are supplying heat, both will reach 40. But we want not 40, 90. So that means extra heat is to be supplied because I want extra temperature difference. So greater the temperature difference, greater is the heat transfer. That is the first point to be noted. And the second point. Now, the second point is, look at the second point. Let us take two different containers. Same water. Initially it is at Ti, it is also at Ti. Supply heat, supply heat. Let the final temperature be Tf, let the final temperature be Tf. Let this be delta T and let this be delta T. Okay, we are supplying. Let the mass of this be 1 kg and let the mass of this be 10 kg. Let the mass of this be 1 kg, let the mass of this be 10 kg. Now, you know clearly what is the temperature difference in, Are Baba, I have taken 1 kg water, 10 kg water. Initially, both were at same temperature, initially. Now start supplying heat. When you start supplying heat, the temperature will rise. How long you are supplying? Until both reach same temperature. So the temperature difference is same, but what is not same? And one more thing, the substance is also same, water. But what is not same? Mass. And obviously, आप एक ऐसा काम करो. You take water in a container, a small container, large container. Start heating. I want both at same temperature. The system where you have more mass, the system where you have more mass, you have to supply more heat. You have to supply more heat. So therefore, now I will say, किसमें heat transfer ज़्यादा है? This case, this case, this case. So heat transfer is directly proportional to mass. Heat transfer is directly proportional to mass. I repeat, heat transfer is directly proportional to mass, directly proportional to mass. I repeat, my dear students, heat transfer is directly proportional to mass. And already have seen, larger the mass, larger is the heat transfer. And we have also seen, larger the temperature difference, larger is the heat. So Q is directly proportional to mass, more the mass, more the heat, and directly proportional to temperature difference. Now, if I wish to convert proportionality into equality, I have to introduce a constant. So therefore, Q is equal to, I'm converting this proportionality into equality. So I need to introduce a constant, that is MC delta T. And this C is proportionality constant. And we call this as specific heat. Now today we'll see, so please note down the equation for heat transfer, that is Q is MC delta T, point number 1. दूसरा, अब ध्यान से सुनो, Q is MC delta T, that is point number 1. And दूसरा क्या है, एक बार देखना please. What is specific heat? On what parameter does the specific heat depend? All this let us discuss in detail. Chalo. First, let us talk about its unit. Okay. Now, we have seen that Q is equal to Q is equal to MC delta T. Now, let us see. This heat transfer is expressed either in joule or kilojoule. I repeat, my dear students, this heat transfer is expressed either in joule or kilojoule. Mass is in kilogram. Temperature difference. Observe carefully. So I have, for example, initial temperature as 20 degrees centigrade. Convert in Kelvin. If you want to convert in Kelvin, add 273. So therefore, 20 plus 273 is 293 Kelvin. Similarly, you have another temperature, say 40 degrees centigrade. Add 273. So when you add 273 plus 40 is 313 Kelvin. So same, these are the temperatures in centigrade, same temperatures in Kelvin. Now I want the temperature difference in degrees centigrade, this temperature T2 minus T1, and I want the temperature difference in Kelvin. So 40 minus 20 is 20 degrees centigrade, and delta T 313 minus this is 20 Kelvin. 20 Kelvin. So if you want the temperature difference, always please note down that in degrees centigrade and in Kelvin, see the magnitude, it will be same. So for the first and last time I'm telling this, From next time onwards, I will not tell this. That is, whenever you want temperature difference, whether it is Kelvin or degree Celsius, it will be absolutely same. Whenever you want temperature difference, whether it is Kelvin or degree Celsius, it will be absolutely same. Why like that? Because in this you have added 273 for 20, and in this you have added 273 plus for 40. So when you are taking the difference, plus 273 minus 273 gets cancelled, and you will be remained with only 40 minus 20, which is absolutely same. So आज से whenever it is temperature difference, please don't ask me, sir, is it in Kelvin? Is it in degree centigrade? Whenever it is temperature difference, Kelvin or degree Celsius, it will be absolutely same. अब देखते हैं. So temperature difference, I can write it as degree centigrade or Kelvin. Okay, let us calculate what is C. C क्या है? Q by M delta T. Q is expressed either joule or kilojoule. It can be joule or kilojoule Q by mass kilogram. And temperature difference, either I can write degree Celsius. देखो Q kilojoule, mass kg, temperature difference. Either I can write degree Celsius or Kelvin. So the unit of specific heat is kilojoule per kg Kelvin or kilojoule per kg degree centigrade. Both are absolutely same. Both are absolutely same. So don't do like this कि centigrade में है तो adding 273. No. Here it is difference in temperature. Please note down that here it is difference in temperature. As it is difference in temperature, both will be same. Both will be same. Both will be same. So the unit of specific heat is kilojoule per kg Kelvin or kilojoule per kg degree centigrade. Both amounts to the same meaning, no issues at all. Now we'll see what exactly are the physical meaning of specific heat. Now let us see the physical meaning of specific heat. Physical meaning of specific heat. Physical meaning of a specific heat. What exactly is the meaning of specific heat? अब देखते हैं, please, all of you. Now, my dear students, let us take air. Let us take, all these are important from interview point of view. All these are, please, I will try my level best to teach the subject according to all requirements. Examination, interview, let us complete all in one go. Right. Now, we have air, we have water. Let the initial temperature of air be some, for example, okay, ऐसा करेंगे. Before we go for this, mathematically let us see what exactly is. Mathematically let's see. Okay, then we'll see physically. देखो, you know my dear students, Q is equal to mc delta T. I repeat, Q is mc delta T. And I will write this as C is equal to, that is specific heat, Q by m delta T. No problem at all. Let us take the mass as 1 kg. Let the temperature difference be 1 Kelvin or 1 degree centigrade, because whenever it is temperature difference, it is absolutely same. अब देखते हैं, please observe here. Now, C can be written as, देखो एक बार, C, I want C. देखो, C is equal to Q by M. What is M? 1. Delta T. What is the temperature difference? 1. It means I am getting specific heat equal to Q. इसका मतलब है specific heat is nothing but heat transfer. When you take mass as 1 kilogram and when the temperature difference is 1 degree centigrade or 1 Kelvin, इसका मतलब इधर देखो. Let us take a system whose mass is 1 kilogram. Let its initial temperature be 20 degrees centigrade. I repeat, there is a mass of 1 kilogram. Let its initial temperature be 20 degrees centigrade. Now let us supply heat. How long are you supplying? Until the difference in temperature is 1 Kelvin or 1 degree centigrade. So initial temperature is 20. Now supply heat. When you are supplying heat, the temperature will start increasing. Let the final temperature be 21. Let the final temperature be 21. So अब देखो, how much mass you have taken? 1 kg. What is the temperature difference? It is 21 minus 20. So the temperature difference is 21 minus 20 is 1 degree centigrade or 1 Kelvin, 1 Kelvin, 1 Kelvin. Absolutely no problem at all. No problem at all. अब देखते हैं. And in this case, whatever the heat you are supplying, in this case, whatever the heat you are supplying, that heat we call it as specific heat. So when can I call that heat as specific heat? You take unit mass of the substance. You take 1 kg substance. You supply heat. On that 1 kg, how long are you supplying? Until the temperature difference is 1 degree centigrade or 1 Kelvin. इसका मतलब है 1 kg mass पर जो भी heat supply कर रहे हैं on 1 kg, whatever the heat you are supplying to bring 1 degree temperature difference is known as 1 Kelvin or 1 degree centigrade, and that heat is known as specific heat, and that heat is known as specific heat. So physically, this is mathematical. Let us see physically what it is representing. थोड़ा समझो ध्यान से. Now let us see physically what it is representing in detail. चलो. Now I will take air. Then I will take water. Let us take 1 kg air and let us take 1 kg water. Please note down, my dear students, we have taken different substances. Air, water. We have taken different substances. Okay. Let the initial temperature be 20 degrees centigrade. Let the initial temperature be 20 degrees centigrade. I have taken two different containers. In one case, I took 1 kg air. In other case, I took 1 kg water. Both are initially at the same temperature of 20 degrees centigrade. Now, दोनों में heat supply करना. Let me write this as Q1. Let me write this as Q2. How long are you supplying? Until the difference in temperature is 1 degree centigrade. How long are you supplying? Until the difference in temperature is 1 degree centigrade. So let the final temperature be, heat karo. Initially it is at 20, now it is 21 degrees centigrade. Initially it is at 20, now it is 21 degrees centigrade. Very good. Now tell me, what is the temperature difference? What is the temperature difference? 1 degree centigrade or 1 Kelvin? Here, what is the temperature difference? Dekho, 21 minus 20, 1 degree centigrade or 1 Kelvin. Now, I told you very clearly, on unit mass of substance, to bring unit degree temperature difference, 1 kg mass पे जो temperature difference 1 Kelvin or 1 degree centigrade ला रहा है, and that heat you call it as what? Specific heat. मतलब on 1 kg mass, the temperature difference on 1 kg mass, for 1 degree difference, whatever the heat you are supplying, that we call it as specific heat. मतलब 1 kg mass पे on 1 kg mass, to bring 1 degree temperature difference, whatever the heat you are supplying, it is specific heat. 1 kg mass, the temperature difference is 1. So whatever the heat that you are supplying, it is specific heat. On 1 kg mass, for bringing 1 degree difference, whatever the heat you are supplying, it is nothing but specific heat. So C1 is the specific heat of air and C2 is the specific heat of water. Now the question is, Are these two values same or different? Let us see. It is observed that for air, this C1 is around 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and when the process is carried out at constant pressure, let us say. Now, in this case, it is observed that it is 4.187. Just now you saw the unit kilojoule per kg Kelvin. What is your observation? Though masses are same, though the temperature difference is same, one is absorbing more heat, one is absorbing less heat. So when someone asks you in interview, what is the physical meaning of specific heat? If you give the answer now which I tell you, they will be very much impressed. Specific heat actually represents heat absorbing capacity of the fluid. So for bringing 1 degree difference on 1 kg, it requires 4.18. And for bringing same 1 degree difference on 1 kg, it requires only 1. It requires only 1. So matlab, it is absorbing 4 units and it is absorbing 1 unit. So always remember, if someone asks you in interview, don't tell that amount of heat required for unit mass of substance to bring unit degree temperature difference. That is physical, mathematical. But first you try to give physical answer. What is that? Specific heat represents heat absorbing capacity of the medium. If the specific heat is more, it means for a given temperature difference, it can absorb more. It's something like this, my dear students. In a class, there are 2 students, same environment. 2 students are sitting, same environment, same teacher. But some will absorb more, some will absorb less. So that is absorbing capacity. So if someone asks you in interview, idhar dekhna, please observe. If someone asks you in interview, what is specific heat? Your immediate answer should be, what does specific heat mean? It is heat absorbing capacity. It is heat absorbing capacity. It is heat absorbing capacity, So specific heat represents heat absorbing capacity. I repeat, specific heat represents heat absorbing capacity. Hope it is clear. Now let's proceed. Now first I'll talk about all of you. I'm waiting for your comments. Till now, is the specific heat clear? Till now, is it clear? Till now, I'm waiting for your answers. Till now, is it clear? All of you. Waiting for your answers. Very good. Clear. Okay, Vijay Madhavan, Monica, Hemant, Siddharth. Very good. Superb. Very good. Zakir. Very good. Oh, both answers are Raj. Very good. Chalo, let's proceed, my dear students. So now we'll talk about, very good. Now we'll talk about, so in interviews, what should be your answer? Specific heat represents heat absorbing capacity. Okay, koi dikkat nahi. Now, let's proceed, my dear students. Let's proceed. Are yaar, Mukesh, very good. Mukesh is giving a, yeah, very good. Yes, absolutely. Excellent. Ab dhyan se suno. Let us go into some more details. Yeah, Amit. But please note, Amit, please note down that specific heat becomes heat transfer only when you are doing that experiment on 1 kg substance and unit degree difference. तभी Q is equal to C. When M is not 1, delta T is not 1, then Q is not equal to C. Please note down that. Okay, चलो. Hope it is clear. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now, what I do is, we'll take this color. Okay, what I do is, specific heat of gases. Specific heat of gases. Specific heat of gases. Very good. First, I'll talk about specific heat of gases. Then I'll go for, so what did you learn today? The unit of specific heat is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. First, I'll talk about gases. Then I'll go for liquids and solids. Okay, chalo. Now, please observe here. First, I'll talk about gases. Then I'll go for liquids and solids. Chalo. ध्यान से सुनो. Look at specific heat of gases. Let us take a container. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Let us take a container. Similar piston cylinder arrangements. देखो, I have taken m kg. Here also m kg. For example, if I take oxygen here, here also it is oxygen. If I take air here, here also it is air. Here also it is air. Here also it is air. So in both these piston cylinder arrangements, I am taking same type of fluid. I repeat, my dear students. If I take air, here also I am taking air. If I take oxygen, here also it is oxygen. If I take argon, here also it is argon. That is the meaning here. And I am taking same mass. Let the initial temperature be Ti. Let the initial temperature be Ti. Let us supply heat. Let us supply heat. When you are supplying heat, what will happen? The temperature increases. Let the final temperature be Tf. Let the final temperature be Tf. Oh my God. Till now, you have not found any difference between this and this. You have not found any difference between this and this. Abhi tak, there is no difference between this and this. Same working fluid, same working fluid. Same mass, same mass. Same initial temperature, same initial temperature. Same final temperature, same final temperature. Then you may be wondering, when everything is same, why do you need 2? Excellent. What I do is, let me fix this with stops. Let me fix it with stops. Let me fix it with stops. And in this case, the piston is moving uniformly. So let this be A. Let this be B. Though the working fluid is same, air, though masses are same, though initial and final temperatures are same, but what is not same? Process is not same. In this case, the piston is locked with the help of stops. When the piston is locked, this piston neither moves up nor moves down. So therefore, whatever the volume of the gas is there, it is absolutely fixed. So it is undergoing constant volume. And here the piston is not moving fast. It is moving at a uniform velocity. So it is undergoing constant pressure process. It is undergoing constant pressure process. So one is undergoing constant volume and the other is undergoing constant pressure process. Absolutely. No problem at all. Please dhyan se suno. Let us supply heat here. Now, my dear students, now I use one word, internal energy. Please don't worry about this internal energy. Today or tomorrow, I'll be explaining clearly when I start my first law of thermodynamics, what exactly is internal energy. For the time being, just remember that, for the time being, Once I start introducing first law of thermodynamics, there I will be explaining what exactly is internal energy. It comprises of what all components. We'll be seeing it in detail. But as of now, when I use the word internal energy, it is nothing but stored in the system. The energy stored in the system. That's all. Abhi, filhal, right now, you just remember that internal energy means energy stored in the system. That's it. Nothing more than that. Chalo. Observe. Let it be QV, means heat supplied at constant volume. Let it be QP, heat supplied at constant pressure. Now let us understand, are these two heat transfers same or not? If same, why? If not, why? Let us discuss in detail. If you understand the mechanism of what is happening here, when you are supplying heat, whatever the heat you have supplied, that is completely stored in the system. I repeat, whatever the heat is supplied here, it is completely stored in the system. Because in constant volume work, in this case, there is no paddle wheel work. Simply, we are transferring heat and the piston is locked. There is no other external interaction in the form of work. Okay, fine. Means, matlab, this gas, it is not in a position to raise or lower weights. अब देखो यहां पे कोई वेट्स लोअर नहीं हो रहा है, मतलब इस पे कोई वर्क नहीं हो रहा है, सिर्फ हीट इंटरेक्शन हो रहा है. हीट इज क्रॉसिंग द बाउंड्री. मींस there is no work transfer. There is no work transfer here. Work transfer is zero. But already we have seen that the work transfer in the constant pressure process is P into V2 minus V1. P into V2 minus V1. Already we have seen this. इसका मतलब है, in this case, there is no work transfer. Please note on that. Whenever I use the word work, it is actually work transfer. Why? Sometimes I may be using work, but that is absolutely wrong. It is work transfer. It is again not heat, it is heat transfer. Why these two words are important? Why not heat work? That I'll be explaining today only a little later. Okay, fine. No problem. Ab dhyan se suno. The work transfer is zero in constant volume, and here our gas is raising the piston and displacing atmospheric air. मान लो ऊपर atmospheric air है और piston का weight है, so it is doing two works. What are those? So it is not only raising the piston, it is also displacing the atmospheric air. Means यहाँ पे जो heat दे रहा है वो थोड़ा work में काम आ रहा है. And here whatever heat you are giving, it is completely stored in the system. Now understand carefully. So whatever heat is given here, it is entirely stored in the system, and whatever heat you are giving, part of it is stored in the system and rest or remaining is going for doing some external work. मतलब इसमें जो some students asked me in earlier classes, sir, microscopically molecular level पे क्या क्या हो रहा है? Now there is a link between heat and work. So when you are linking, you will come to know, though the working fluid is same, यहाँ पे what is the work? Zero. Means whatever you are supplying, it is entirely kept with it, that is stored. And whatever you are giving here, part is stored in the system as internal energy, and rest or remaining is used in raising this weight and doing work. So there is a difference between these two, even though the working fluid is same. ये सिंपल है बेटा. आप ही है, आपके एक फ्रेंड से एक तरीके से रहते, दूसरे फ्रेंड से दूसरे तरीके से रहते. Your behavior, so you are same, but your behavior with one person is different, your behavior with other person is different. So same person is behaving differently, same working fluid is behaving differently because the process is different. That's all. That is obvious. That is nature. Chalo. Now let us assume that I am supplying 100 units of heat. Listen carefully. Let us assume that I am supplying 100 units of heat. 100 units of heat. I repeat. I am supplying 100 units of heat. 100 units of heat. Observe. And where is that 100 going? It is entirely stored in the system. Where is that 100 going? It is entirely stored in the system. which we call it as internal energy. So therefore, in this case, in a constant volume process, let me write two things: stored internal energy and work. So there is no external interaction. देखो constant volume process में work भी हो सकता है कब? When there is a paddle wheel inserted. But यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Only fixed volume and heating. That's it. Okay. And work is 0. And let us say whatever the heat you are supplying, let us say 100. So completely stored. Let us assume there are no losses. इसमें whatever you are supplying, and in subsequent classes I will be deriving that, especially in thermodynamic relations, I will be deriving that for an ideal gas, internal energy is a function of temperature. This I will be deriving in my subsequent classes. Please do not worry about that. Now, Joule's law, internal energy of an ideal gas is a function of temperature. ये सब मैं derive करूंगा. Please hold on for some time. There is a link with the subject, so let us move with that link. So as we are supplying heat, the internal energy, मतलब जो भी heat supply कर रहा है, it is stored. So internal energy is increasing. So as internal energy is increasing, the temperature is also increasing, because internal energy is a function of temperature. जब internal energy बढ़ रहा है, तो temperature भी बढ़ रहा है. Very good. Very good. So इसीलिए initial temperature is Ti and the final temperature is Tf, and the Tf is increasing, final temperature is increasing because we are supplying heat. Now come here. Come here. We are supplying heat. We are supplying heat. Let us assume that we have supplied 100 units of heat. Same what we have done in case 1. But it is a piston is moving at a uniform velocity. It is a constant pressure process. Please understand, my dear students, here whatever heat is given, it is entirely utilized for one process, that is storage. Here whatever heat is given, it is used or utilized for two things. What are those? Storing and doing work. So now I write QP as storing and doing work. Let us assume, please note down that this is not resulting, because internal energy is the function of temperature. So here all this whatever you are supplying, it is going to the internal energy. So therefore the temperature is increasing. So entirely. But here let us assume that the work is 30 and the internal energy is, let us assume just an example, okay, 70. Please note down that this is responsible for the increase in temperature and this is not responsible. This is responsible for raising the piston and displacing atmospheric air. Now tell me, as only 70 is used in raising the temperature and 100 is used in raising temperature, so इसमें final temperature will be more, इसमें final temperature will be less, because only 70 is responsible for raising the temperature and 100 is responsible for raising the temperature. So as only lesser temperature is used, lesser part is used in raising the temperature, here the final temperature will be less. But what I said is, I want exactly same temperature in both. I want exactly same temperature in both. If I want exactly same temperature in both, what am I supposed to do? Very simple. I need to supply extra heat. Instead of 100, now I supply 150. Instead of 100, now I supply 150. Instead of 100, now I supply 150. So what is happening? Let us understand clearly. My dear students, please observe. So why are you supplying extra? Because as I said, I want the same final temperature. Idhar dekhna. Let us say I am supplying 150. Out of 150, let us say the internal energy or the stored form is 100. One example I am giving. Don't think that 150, 100. Just an example. Let this be 50 units. Means this is gone in raising the weights and this is gone for storage. And this alone is responsible for increasing temperature. So इसमें भी 100 is going for raising temperature and इसमें भी 100. Now finally both will reach the same temperature, provided the heat supplied is more in this. So please note down that To reach the same final temperature here, I have to supply extra heat. The reason being, whatever the heat you are supplying, it is utilized for two purposes. Whatever the heat it is supplied, it is utilized for single purpose, that is storage and work. So now let us consolidate results. It's something like this, my dear students. It's something like this, my dear students. Listen, I have two students A and B. I have two students A and B. I gave 100 rupees to A. I gave 100 rupees to B. What A is doing, it is completely keeping in pocket. Completely keeping in pocket. Originally, दोनों के पास 0 पैसे थे. Originally, no money with them. So it was 0. I gave 100, I gave 100. But what he has done, so complete 100 he has stored. And what he has done, you know, out of 100, so he stored 70 and 30 mobile recharge. 30 for mobile recharge. So 30 gaya for mobile recharge and only 70 is with. Now I ask, how much do you have? I said, he says, sir, I have 100, and he says, I have 70. They are not same, but I want same. If I want same, I have to supply extra. When I supply extra, let us say 150, then he keeps 100 and 50 for mobile recharge, whatever it may be. So only 100 is with him. Now, so when you have two components for bringing same, I have to supply extra. So यहाँ ध्यान से सुनो, on the same mass, for same temperature difference, on the same mass and for the same temperature difference, I repeat, on the same mass and for the same temperature difference, on the same substance, the heat transfer for constant volume will be less and the heat transfer for constant pressure will be more. So therefore, now let us consolidate results, my dear students. So I can write heat transfer in constant volume is less than, एक second please. Yeah, heat transfer at constant pressure is greater than heat transfer at constant volume. In constant pressure, you supplied 150 and here you supplied 100. So, but just now you saw Q is MC delta T. 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 So, देखो MC delta T at a constant pressure, MC delta, this Q is MC delta T at constant pressure and Q is MC delta T, this is at constant volume. Excellent. In both cases, my dear students, in both cases, you took same mass. You took same mass. And in both the cases, what is the temperature difference? In both, you tried to achieve same temperature difference. So delta T is also same. Delta T is also same. So therefore, now I write Cp. I don't know what is that Cp is greater than Cv. Oh my God. So we have reached a situation where the specific heat at constant pressure is greater than the specific heat at constant volume. That is, Cp is greater than Cv. There is one term defined known as adiabatic index. It's all related to heat transfer. Specific heats are related to heat transfer. So adiabatic index, it is nothing but Cp by Cv. Now you tell me, what is Cp by Cv? So in this, Cp by Cv is greater than 1. But what is Cp by Cv? It is gamma. So gamma for a gas is always greater than 1, greater than 1. So please observe. Now let us see why Cp is greater than Cv. Listen, so specific heat, this Cp is known as specific heat at a constant pressure and Cv is known as specific heat at a constant volume. So the first observation that you need to make is the specific heat is depending on the process. So for constant pressure, the specific heat is different. For constant volume, the specific heat is different. Okay, fine. Now, let us observe here. So, why Cp is greater than Cv? Now let us see. You know, my dear students, in constant volume, there is only one thing associated, that is internal energy. In constant pressure, there are two things, that is internal energy and external work. So he may be asking in examination, so why Cp is greater than Cv? Your answer should be like this. Your answer should be like this. Cp includes both internal energy and external work, whereas Cv includes internal energy only. That is the point you need to note. That is the point. Yeah, definitely, Hemant. Yeah, we have polytopic specific heat also. I'll be discussing that. Okay, chalo. Okay na? Chalo, आगे बढ़ते हैं. So please understand carefully. Cp and Cv are different for a gas because Cv includes internal energy and Cp includes internal energy and external work. Okay, now let's observe clearly. Let's थोड़ा आगे बढ़ते हैं. We'll move further ahead. Don't worry at all. Now, so this is the one. Let us take. Now, okay, let us take specific heat of, we have seen for gases, there are two specific heats, one is Cp, one is Cv. Okay, now, specific heat of solids and liquids. Specific heat of solids and liquids. Let's try to find out the specific heat of solids and liquids. चलो cool रहो आप, आराम से सुनते जाना. For your better understanding, let me model it something like this. एक better understanding के लिए, let us model it something like this. Okay. Let us take a piston cylinder arrangement. I'll take 3. एक अच्छे understanding के लिए, I'll take 3. चलो आराम से लेट्स लर्न द सब्जेक्ट. चलो right. Now what we do is, in this I have taken a solid. ये सारा सॉलिड है, देखो, दिस इज ऑल सॉलिड. This is complete solid. This is complete solid. Now, in this, we have taken a liquid. We have taken a liquid. And in this, we have a gas. Okay. Okay. In this we have a gas. अरे यार एक सॉलिड लिए और इनक्लोज कर दिए. सिंपल मॉडलिंग. लिक्विड गैस. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड. हीट करो, हीट करो, हीट करो. लेट अस हीट ऑल. Let us heat all. Very good. Let us heat all. My dear students, see, एक काम करो आप. When I am heating, please note on that this. For example, I take water. If I take water, I am not converting it into vapor or steam. When it is converted into vapor or steam, it becomes gas. It will be in gaseous state. No, it should be in liquid state. That is my concern. It should be in liquid state, liquid only. Again, ये मत बोलना सर अगर वो वेपर में कन्वर्ट हुआ, if it is converted into vapor, it becomes gas. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested only in liquid state. Heat, heat, heat. What will happen? When you are heating, there may be slight expansion. When you are heating, there may be slight expansion. But when you are heating this, it will expand. Gas है, it will expand to a greater degree. इसका मतलब है, when it is expanding, the work it is raising the piston. But when you are heating these two, when you are heating these two, when you are heating these two, ये दोनों, when you are heating these two, though there is a expansion, but it is very negligible. Means raising of piston is negligible. Means work is negligible in this. I repeat my dear students, अरे यार, you take water in a container, heat करो, उसका वॉल्यूम चेंज कितना होगा? बहुत नेग्लिजिबल होगा. बहुत का मतलब बहुत नेग्लिजिबल होगा. Very negligible. Very negligible. Very negligible. Okay, no problem at all. No problem at all. इसमें देखना, when you are heating it, there is a huge difference. Means there is a work here. In this case, what do you mean by work? Raising piston. So as solids and liquids are incompressible. What do we mean by incompressible? The change in volume is negligible or zero. The volume is constant. But as the volume is constant, the movement of piston is almost zero. I'm using the word almost zero. But here when you are heating, it will move to a greater degree. There is large amount of work involved in raising the piston here. But here it is negligible. So, इससे क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? देखो, just now we saw that CP includes internal energy and external work, and CV includes internal energy only. Now tell me why the difference is coming between these two. The reason is just because of this. In both, the common term is UU. But W is coming extra. That's why there is a difference between these two. Imagine W to be zero. Imagine when W is zero, it has only U. When both have U, then CP and CV will be same. So please note down that in gases there is W here, but in solids and liquids W is almost zero. So piston is not moving because it is volume change is negligible. Piston movement is negligible, but there is a large piston movement. There is huge work. So इसमें work involved है. तो CP CV अलग है. But in this case, the work transfer is almost negligible. So whatever you are supplying, it is stored. It is stored in both the cases. It is similar to your CP CV same. That's why, my dear students, as liquids and solids are incompressible, as the volume change is negligible, I repeat, as the volume change is negligible, that's why my work component becomes zero. Therefore, whatever you are giving, it is stored in the system. Hence, for solids and liquids, CP is almost equal to CV. And one student can ask me a question, sir, why are you rating almost and why not exact? There may be a small movement which is negligible. So that's why I'm rating almost. I never said work is absolutely zero, but zara sa small movement. So therefore, for solids and liquids, CP and CV are almost same. So आज से whenever we come across solids and liquids, I take only C. That is CP or CV or C, all are same. But for gases, CP and CV are different. So now whatever is required for my further analysis, I'm stopping here about specific heats. Now you may be wondering, sir, will you teach something more about specific heats? Definitely. How specific heat is varying with temperature? What is the effect of temperature on specific heats? And what is the effect of variation of temperature of on specific heats and gamma? And all those I'll be discussing, because in IC engines we have to discuss effect of variation of specific heat on the performance. So I'll be discussing beautifully all those things. Do not worry at all. तो अब एक ही काम करो आप. In case of liquids and solids, there is one specific heat, and in case of gases, we have CP different, CV different. Chalo, let's proceed further. My dear students, I'm waiting for your comments. Is it clear? All of you. Definitely, Amit. I'll be deriving the equation connecting to internal energy and enthalpy in differential form. Dou U by dou T, dou H by dou T, all those I'll be explaining in differential form, and I'll be taking up one question also, Amit. Definitely, Amit, I'll be taking up that, I'll be deriving that equation in differential form. Do not worry when we go to thermodynamic relations. Chalo. Very good. Awesome. Very good. Aaj things are going on very well. Excellent students of India. Shall we proceed? Very good, very good. Aha, aha, aha. Clear, sir. Clear, sir. Clear, sir. Wow, wow. Tulsi Raman. Chalo. Let's proceed. Let's proceed, my dear students. Let's proceed. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now, without wasting time, let us proceed. Now I'll take up first law of thermodynamics. And don't think that heat is over, work is over. अभी start हो रहा है. अभी start हो रहा है. It is beginning now. This is the commencement of heat and work. We have seen separately what is heat, what is work. Now let us combine heat and work. Okay ना? दोनों का शादी होने वाला है. They are going to get married now. Heat, work, they studied separately. B.Tech हो गया. अब दोनों मिल रहे देखो. Now they are coming together. चलो. First law of thermodynamics. In brackets, conservation of energy. And this law gives us the concept of internal energy. Let us see in detail. Conservation of energy. First law of thermodynamics. Okay, fine. Very good, my dear students. So we have seen Bernoulli's equation, that is conservation of energy. Now we'll be seeing first law. So it is also conservation of energy. Now you may be wondering why we need to Bernoulli alag, first law alag. Don't worry. We'll see the link between these two. Absolutely. You don't have to worry. Chalo. Now. आगे बढ़ते हैं. चलो. I told you very clearly my thermodynamic laws. I repeat, my thermodynamic laws, LAWS, they are based on experimental observations. They are based on experimental observations. These experimental observations, they have been formulated in the form of laws. So you may be asking a question, sir, ये लोग तो experiments किए, they might have conducted experiments. Sir, experiments wrong भी हो सकते ना sir. Good question. Good question. So please note down that they have conducted wide varieties of experiments under different conditions on wide varieties of working fluids. And all those experimental results are converged in the form of laws. You can challenge these laws also. I'm not denying it. तो अभी तक they have not disproved this. Means these laws are intact. Yes, you have every right to challenge, but mere challenging is not enough. You have to disprove it. अभी तक कोई नहीं किए हैं. आपको चाहिए, आप अगर चाहते तो कर सकते, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. तब मैं आपका नया थ्योरी लेके आगे बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए कोशिश करूंगा. But as of now, no one has disproved these laws. That's why these laws are known as universally accepted laws. That's why these laws are known as these laws are universally accepted laws. तो पहला पॉइंट याद रख लेना कि इट इज बेस्ड ऑन एक्सपेरिमेंटल ऑब्जर्वेशंस. तो इफ आई गिव यू सम इक्वेशन माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अगर मैं आपको कोई इक्वेशन देता हूं फ्रॉम एक्सपेरिमेंट्स, डोंट आस्क मी टू डिराइव. सर इसको डिराइव कीजिए. आई कैन नॉट डिराइव. Go and ask P.K. Naksab. Go and ask Senjal. Go and ask Moran. Go and ask Shapiro. You ask them to derive. They too cannot derive because those results are obtained from experiments. So we have to accept those results. So if I am giving you some equation And when I say that it is obtained from experiments, we have to accept it. If you do not have the courage to accept, you should have courage to disprove. Then you start that work. I have no problem whatsoever. Now, so I'll be giving you some equations which are obtained from experiments. Point number 1. Now, look at carefully. See, the first thing that you have to keep it in mind is whatever equations I am giving you, these are obtained from experiments. Second, initially we'll be discussing with respect to closed system. I repeat, initially we'll be discussing with respect to closed system. Then you may be wondering, sir, is the first law applicable only for closed system? No, I never said. Initially I will be talking about closed system. Later on, once my concepts are clear with closed system, then I'll open up, or rather I go to open system. So first law is applicable for all, open, close, everything. But initially now I'm restricting my analysis to closed system. So already you have seen in my earlier classes, I gave you equations for work transfer. We called it as non-flow, that is closed system work, where there is no flow of mass. So we also have work transfer equations for open systems, which we have not discussed yet. So that once the concepts are clear with respect to closed system, then I'll move to open system. You don't have to worry about that. चलो पहले हम अपने closed system के concept strong कर लेंगे, then we'll move to open system. So now, then experimental observation, closed system. Now one more thing. When first law of thermodynamics was developed, it was initially developed for a cycle. I repeat, my dear students, when the first law of thermodynamics was developed, it was initially developed for a cycle. जो फर्स्ट लॉ का इक्वेशन डेवलप किया गया है, इनिशियली it was developed for a cycle. मतलब whatever the experiment they have performed, initially they have performed on a cycle. So they developed the equation of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, initially for a cycle. So initially, I repeat, initially there was no first law of thermodynamics equation for a process. I never said that there is no first law of thermodynamics equation for a process. I never said this. I said that initially when the law was developed, it was initially developed for a cycle. Later on, from the cycle, equations were developed for a process. फिर से बता रहा हूं सुनो. When experiments were conducted, they were conducted initially for a cycle, on a cycle. So they developed equations for a cycle. So when they developed, at that time there was no first law equation for a process. फिर बाद में they developed equation for a process. Means you have first law equation not only for a cycle, you also have for a process. But जो process का equation है, it was developed a little later from the cycle equation. And please, my dear students, focus on these three terms. Please एक बार mind में fix कर लेना. Whatever the first law equation I am giving you now, it is obtained from experiments. You cannot challenge me. Sir, how you are writing, from where you are writing, you cannot challenge me. It is obtained from experiments. So I am taking as it is. So I am trying my level best to present the subject in front of you in the same manner which the subject was evolved. जैसे सब्जेक्ट इवॉल्व हुआ, मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूं कि आपके सामने वैसे ही प्रेजेंट करने का. Okay. Now, three terms. Experiments. Whatever the equation I am giving you, it is from experiments. Initially, I will give equation for closed system. Then, initially, I give the equation for cycle. So, keep it in mind. जो इक्वेशन मैं आपको देने जा रहा हूं, इट इज फ्रॉम एक्सपेरिमेंट्स, इट इज फॉर अ क्लोज्ड सिस्टम अंडरगोइंग अ साइकिल. द सिस्टम इज अंडरगोइंग साइकिल. So I cannot apply whatever the equation I'm going to give you now. I cannot apply this for a process. Wait for some time. You should have patience because it is one of the biggest wonderful subjects. So all better things will come only with patience. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now experiments, closed system, cycle. Now every law has got its own statement. Every law has its own statement. Now I am giving you the statement of first law. Now I am giving you the statement of first law. Let's see what is the statement. I repeat, my dear students. First law ka statement. First law ka statement. For a closed system undergoing a cycle. Let me write. For a closed system undergoing a cycle. For a closed system undergoing a cycle, net heat transfer is equal to net work transfer. So you need to focus on certain terms. Undergoing a cycle, net heat, net work. So in the previous class yesterday, I took up one question of cycle. Then we calculated work in isobaric. There was a cycle comprising of three processes: isobaric, adiabatic and isothermal. Isobaric, adiabatic and isothermal. So we calculated work. But he asked us to calculate net work. Net work means summation of work in each process. Net heat means summation of heat in each process. Here, let us, when I use the word net heat, it is actually sigma Q. When I use net work, it is actually sigma W. So net heat is equal to net work, and this is strictly applicable for a cycle. This is first law of thermodynamics equation for a closed system undergoing a process. And one more point you should keep it in mind. I never told you that this is a reversible cycle, and I never told that it is an irreversible cycle. It is valid for any cycle. Here the word any means may be reversible, may be irreversible. That word you need to take care. So I simply said any cycle. Here any का मतलब है reversible or irreversible. Absolutely fine. No issues at all. So please note down that this is actually a cycle equation for a cycle, for any cycle. So from this, if I develop equations for a process, so that is also valid for any process, because it is any cycle. अगर यही लेके मैं आगे जाऊंगा, any cycle है तो any process के लिए आएगा. अगर only reversible लेते हैं तो reversible के लिए आएगा. If I take only irreversible, it will be for irreversible. But I took any, it is valid for all. Less. What does it mean? Let us see. Let us take a cycle. Very good. Let Q1 to be the heat transfer in 1 to 2, W1 to be the work transfer. Every process is associated with heat work interaction, may or may not be. So this Q can be 0. अगर ये constant volume है तो ये 0 हो सकता, अगर ये adiabatic है तो ये 0 हो सकता. लेकिन let me write, let Q23 be the heat transfer in 2 to 3 and W23 be the work transfer in 2 to 3. Let Q31 be the heat transfer in 3-1 and W31 be the work transfer in 3-1. No problem at all. But you have to take care of sign. What is that sign? Please listen our convention. What is that convention? Work done by the system is taken as positive. Work done on the system is taken as negative. That is one convention. Next, when you are supplying heat to the system, it is taken as positive. When heat is rejected from the system, it is taken as negative. I repeat the convention. This is the convention that I am following throughout my thermodynamics study, throughout this course. That is, work done by the system, I take it positive. Work done on the system, I take it negative. But I also told you that some foreign authors, they follow opposite convention. I told you with reason also. But let us follow one convention. It has nothing to do with that. Similarly, when you are supplying heat to the system, it is taken as positive. When heat is rejected from the system, it is taken as negative. So this is the convention that I am following. Okay, same convention you follow. Now, let us calculate sigma Q. What is sigma Q? Q12 plus Q23 plus Q31. This is our sigma Q, sigma Q. This is our sigma Q, sigma Q, sigma Q, sigma Q, sigma Q. Is equal to, देखो, sigma Q is sigma W. What is sigma W? W12 plus W23 plus W31. And that is my first law. This is actually obtained from experiments. In a cycle, summation of heat transfer is equal to summation of work transfer. But one must take care of the sign. What is that sign? For example, in 2 to 3, let us say heat is rejected. Man lo, then I should take this as negative. Similarly, if 3 to 1 work is done on the system, then you should take it as negative. So keep that sign intact, then we get this equation. Where from we got this? We got this from where? Experiments. That is sigma Q is equal to sigma W. This is obtained from experiments. This is obtained from experiments. So that is the meaning of sigma Q is equal to sigma W. And this equation is valid only for a cycle, not for a process. And which cycle? Any cycle. What do you mean by any cycle? The cycle may be a reversible cycle. The cycle may be irreversible cycle. I'll be giving you examples of reversible cycles. I will be giving you examples of irreversible also. For that also you don't have to worry. Till now is it clear? I'm waiting for your comments. Till now is it clear? Till now is it clear? Chalo. बोलो बोलो all of you yes, crystal clear, very good, oh my god, yo very good, awesome अरे यार so many comments, okay, thank you. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. इसका मतलब आप जिंदा है, you are live, no problem at all. चलो, now let us see consequences of first law of TD. Consequences of first law of TD. I repeat, consequences of first law of thermodynamics. Right. There are 4 consequences, results, effects of first law. There are 4 consequences. The first, let us discuss one by one in detail. Let us discuss one by one in detail. Chalo, koi problem nahi hai. Okay. The first consequence. Heat transfer is a path function. Heat transfer is a path function. My dear students, till now you saw only one path function. What is that path function? Work transfer. Means that work transfer has nothing to do with endpoints. It depends only on the path followed by the process. Between two same points, if paths are different, my work transfers are different. All these we have seen earlier. Okay, now today let us talk about heat transfer. Chalo. According to my first law of thermodynamics, heat transfer is a path function. Let us see how. Chalo. Now, the first consequence is heat transfer is a path function. I repeat, heat transfer is a path function. That is the first consequence. Chalo dekhte hai. My dear students, right now, I have first law equation only for a cycle. मेरे पास first law का equation process के लिए नहीं है. As of now, I have only for a cycle. तो इसीलिए I am taking cycle. For simplicity, let me take two process cycle. चलो. Yes, this is a cycle. Is it a cycle? Absolutely, it is a cycle. Now, for this cycle, what can I write? Sigma Q is equal to sigma W. There are two processes, 1A2, 2B1. So, two processes means two heat transfers and two processes means two work transfers. So, calculate heat transfer in this, heat transfer in this, work transfer in this, work transfer in this. Add both heat transfers, add both work transfers. So sigma Q is equal to sigma W. This heat transfer plus this heat transfer, that is sigma Q, should be equal to this work transfer plus this work transfer. That is my first law for a cycle. Chalo. Heat transfer in 1A2 plus heat transfer in 2B1. This is nothing but what? Sigma Q. One student may be asking me a question. Sir, you know that heat transfer is a path function. Then why are you not writing d dash or del? Why are you writing dq? My dear students, right now I don't know is it a path function or not. Let us establish first. Once it is confirmed, then I write it as del or d dash according to my convention that I am following for path function in thermodynamics. Okay, koi baat nahi. Okay, listen. Already work transfer is a path function, it is established. I derived that. Already I had derived. This is sigma Q is equal, sigma Q is equal to sigma W. What is sigma W? Work transfer in 1A2 plus work transfer in 2B1. That is the meaning of, that is the meaning of sigma Q is equal to sigma W. That is the meaning of sigma Q is equal to sigma W. Absolutely, no problem at all. Sigma Q is equal to sigma W. Now, what we do is, let us take one more cycle. For the time being, you forget this. For the time being, you forget this. Matlab, there is one more cycle, that is 1A to C1. As you may be wondering, sir, why are you taking cycle? Because as of now, I have equation only for a cycle. I do not have equation for a process. That's why I am taking cycle. Okay, now, so I can write sigma Q is equal to sigma W. So please write similar equation. It is a cycle. So for that cycle, I can write sigma Q, that is heat transfer in 1A2 plus heat transfer in 2C1. That is sigma Q is equal to sigma W. What is sigma W? Work transfer in 1A2 plus work transfer in 2C1. Okay, no problem at all. No problem at all. And already you know we have this process also. Yes. Two cycles, two equations. The 1A, 2B1, first cycle, first equation. Second cycle, second equation. Absolutely. Now, let us subtract. Heat transfer, 1A to 1A2, both are same, minus. Heat transfer, please look at, it is 2B1, it is 2C1, both are different. So I write this as heat transfer into B1 minus heat transfer into C1 is equal to, work, 1A to 1A2, work, 1A to 1A2, plus minus, same gone. So, but please don't cancel this just by looking at work. It is for 2B1, it is for 2C1. Okay. Work transfer into B1 minus work transfer into C1. Absolutely fine, no problem at all. Just look at this. This is connecting between 2B1 and 2C1. Please observe, this equation is connecting between 2B1 and 2C1. तो मैं इसको सेपरेटली दिखाऊंगा आपको. This is 2B1 and this is 2C1. Yes. Now observe here. So this is 2B1 and this is 2C1. Absolutely no problem at all. Yes. 2B1 and 2C1. Now I'll ask you one simple question. The question is, though the endpoints are same for process B, देखो B and C, the path of B is different, the path of C is different. So if you calculate work for 2B1 and 2C1, will they be same? Absolutely no. Why? Because work transfer is a path function. Already in my earlier classes, I have derived, and in fact, I have shown that work depends on path. In fact, it is not work, it is work transfer. Why it is work transfer? Now in about 5-10 minutes, I'll explain. So it is a path function. So I can clearly write that work transfer into B1 is not equal to work transfer into C1. I repeat, this work is not same. So why? Because paths are different. Alag paths, alag work. So if you project, you get different areas. So for 2B1, if it is a PV diagram, for example, if you project it on PV diagram on volume axis, you'll get closed system work. So 2B1 ka work alag hai, 2C1 ka work alag hai. That's why these two are not same. So I will write this as work in 2B1 minus work in 2C1, देखो, is not equal to 0. इसका मतलब है this term is not 0. When this is not 0, तो heat transfer into B1 minus heat transfer into C1 is not 0. देखो ये 0 नहीं है, ये 0 नहीं है. जब ये 0 नहीं है, both are equal, so this is not 0. It means heat transfer into B1 is, take it to that side, is not equal to heat transfer into C1. What does it mean? What does it mean? Let us analyze thoroughly. देखो 2, 2, 1, 1. End points are same. 2, 1. For B and C, what is same? I repeat, for B and C, what is same? End points are same. Though the end points are same, but the heat transfers are not same. What is the reason for that? Because path B is different, path C is different. Means though the endpoints 2, 1 are same, but my heat transfer is not same. Means heat transfer is not depending on points. That's why it is not a property, because all properties are point functions. So heat transfer is not a property like your work transfer. It is also not depending on endpoints. So now, why the heat transfer are not same? Can you guess? Because though the point number 1, endpoints to same hai 2, 1, but still the heat transfer is not same. The reason is B path, C path, both are different. Paths are different. It means because of different paths, my heat transfer is different. Iska matlab heat transfer is not depending on points, but it is depending on path. Hence, it is a path function. So therefore, it is established. So all path functions are written as d dash, d dash. All path functions are written as d dash. So therefore, now I write this. So it is clearly established from the first law. So which law have you used to prove that heat transfer is a path function? I have used sigma q is equal to sigma w. But which one? What is sigma q is equal to sigma w? It is first law of thermodynamics. So he may be asking in examination, according to which law of thermodynamics heat transfer is a path function? It is the first law of thermodynamics. So now it is an established fact that heat transfer is also path function. Till now, you know, we have seen so many properties, point functions, like pressure, volume, temperature, density, all these properties. But path function एक ही देखे थे, work, उसके लिए भी तो जोड़ी चाहिए ना. उसका जोड़ी आ गया देखो, और वो जोड़ी मतलब ये सदाबहार जोड़ी, दे एंजॉय लाइक एनीथिंग. So we have seen two path functions now. We have seen two path functions. What are those? Heat transfer and work transfer. We'll be seeing one more path function a little later, that is entropy generation. So we'll see a little later, don't worry. Okay, fine. Now let's try to understand clearly. Okay, now let us see similarities between heat and work. All of you, have you followed? So I'm waiting. All of you, have you followed? All of you, have you followed? Bolo. Now, similarities between work and heat. Yeah. Is it clear? I'm waiting. Yes. Wow. Very good. आज बहुत फटाफट आ रहा है आपके comments. Very good. Oh. चलो. Now, no problem. Very good. So, yes, sir, followed. Thank you. Now, let us see similarities between heat and work. Chalo. Dekho, the first one we have seen, listen carefully, similarities. It is a path function. Yes, it is also a path function, just now you have seen. Now, second, it is not a property. Yes, definitely, it is also not a property. Third, and you know, all properties are exact differentials. It is not a property, so therefore it is inexact differential. What do you mean by inexact differential? Between 2 points, if the path is different, even though the endpoints are same, the value of that heat or work is not same. So therefore, inexact differential. So I write it as d dash w or del w. It is also inexact differential. It is also inexact differential. Now, fourth, both are path functions, both are not properties, both are inexact differentials. Now understand carefully. Already you have seen, you can observe work, you can visualize work only when it crosses the boundary. Therefore, already we have seen work transfer is a boundary phenomenon. It is a boundary phenomenon. Now let us check whether heat transfer is a boundary phenomenon or not. Let us check whether heat transfer is a boundary phenomenon or not. Okay, fine. Please observe clearly. Let me explain this in a crystal clear manner. Now understand carefully. Let us take a system. Let us supply heat. Please don't think that every time we are supplying, it can be rejection also. And you know, this is the boundary of the system. This is the boundary of the system. You know, this is the boundary of the system. This is the boundary of the system. Ab dekho. When you are supplying heat, this is the boundary. This is the boundary. This is the boundary. This is the boundary. When you are supplying heat, this is the boundary. This is the boundary. This is the boundary. When you are supplying heat, it is crossing the boundary. It is entering. It is crossing the boundary. Similarly, when the system is losing heat, it is again crossing the boundary. Dekho, what do you mean by crossing the boundary? मतलब इस boundary से निकल के बाहर जाना. That is the meaning of crossing. See, when you are supplying heat from outside, it is entering. That is the meaning of crossing the boundary. Crossing the boundary. So please note on that. When heat is supplied from surroundings, it is entering the system. Means boundary ko cross. See, if you want to come to say office or some room, you have to enter that room. Means वो डोर को क्रॉस करके आना है, तो दैट एंट्रेंस एंड एंट्रेंस को क्रॉस करके अंदर आना, दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ क्रॉसिंग. नाउ व्हेन यू आर सप्लाइंग हीट, yes, देखो, this is the boundary, this is the boundary, this is the boundary, and it is crossing. So now I use as long as it is crossing the boundary, as long as it is crossing, cross कर इस boundary को cross करके अंदर जा रहा है या फिर boundary को cross करके बाहर जा रहा है. As long as it is crossing, I use the word heat transfer. I use the word heat transfer. As long as it is crossing, I use the word heat transfer, heat transfer, heat transfer. Now a question. When it stops crossing the boundary, ये system है. So you are supplying. अब stop करो. ध्यान से सुनो. We are supplying. Suddenly stop कर दिए. When you stop, let us say it is not crossing. Then now the question comes. Sir, can we still call it as heat transfer? My dear students, you should stop using the word heat transfer once it stops crossing the boundary. I repeat, जब तक वो बाउंड्री को क्रॉस करके जा रहा है अंदर या फिर बाहर, we use the word, देखो, it is entering, it is leaving, whatever it may be, like this, heat transfer, till it crosses, heat transfer. Once it stops crossing, I stop using the word heat transfer. Then you may be wondering, sir, what? Sir, I have supplied to the system. It is crossing the boundary. You said heat transfer. Now I stopped, but that is in the system. So what should I call? Once it stops crossing the boundary, I do not use the word heat transfer. I use the word internal energy. See, for example, I am supplying to this system. So ये boundary cross करके अंदर जा रहा है. Heat transfer. Once you stop supplying, whatever is stored inside, we call it as internal energy. Means the word heat transfer is used only when it crosses the boundary. That's why heat transfer is a boundary phenomenon. It's something like this, my dear students. These are the clouds. अब देखो, these are the clouds and it is raining. These are the clouds and it is raining. Okay. ये है पानी. देखो एक बार, ध्यान से सुनो. Please listen carefully. These are the clouds and it is raining. This is the boundary. देखो, this is the boundary. So boundary से क्रॉस हो रहा है. We call it as, जब तक वो बाउंड्री को क्रॉस करेगा, we call it as rain. जब तक वो बाउंड्री को क्रॉस करते रहेगा, heat transfer. Boundary crossing, heat transfer. Boundary crossing, rain. Once it stops, internal energy. Once the rain stops, we don't use rain. Whatever is there, we use the word water. ध्यान से सुनो. That word rain is used only when it crosses. That word heat transfer is used only when it crosses the boundary. Rain is used when it is crossing this boundary, and heat transfer is when it is crossing the boundary. When it stops, it is no more heat transfer. It is internal energy. When it stops, it is no more rain. It is water. All of you, have you understood? That's why heat transfer is a boundary phenomenon. So heat transfer is also boundary phenomenon. Is also boundary phenomenon. That's why heat transfer is also boundary phenomenon. All of you, have you followed? All of you, have you followed? All of you, have you followed? Excellent. Very good. Very good, my dear students. Very good. I'm coming. So we have seen. Very good. Awesome. You are online. Okay. Yes. चलो, let's proceed. आगे बढ़ते हैं. All of you. आगे बढ़ते हैं. There is one more common point, energy in transit. What is this? एनर्जी इन ट्रांजिट, ये बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। अब देखना प्लीज, नाउ आई एम गिविंग यू अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एनालिसिस, why heat and work are energies in transit. All those are explained in a clear manner. Listen, observe here. Let us take a system, some system. This is the boundary of the system. This is the boundary of the system. Now, let the pressure of the system be P1. मतलब maybe gas or liquid, whatever it may be, it is exerting a pressure P1. Let the pressure be P1. Let it occupy a volume V1. Let its temperature be T1. Let its density be ρ1. And please, and this system is absolutely in equilibrium. What do we mean by that? These properties are not changing. So let me represent, say it is PV or any plot. So the pressure is P, this is 0.1. So the pressure is P1 and the volume is V1. The pressure is P1 and the volume is V1. This is the initial state of the system. No problem whatsoever. Now, observe here. Right. Please note down that I have not used the word the system has work W1, the system has heat Q1. There is nothing like heat and work. They are not properties. So when it's something like this. There is a system. Inside we have water, pressure P1, it is occupying a volume V1, its temperature is T1 and its density is ρ1. Okay. And I never used the word the system has work W1, the system has heat Q1, because they are not properties. So when nothing is going on, when the system is perfectly in equilibrium, when no process is going on, the system has only properties. And if you use the word the system has a heat Q1, the system has a work W1, people will laugh at you. There is nothing like system has heat. There is nothing like system has work. It is absolutely wrong. Let us assume that now I am supplying, ab dekho, please observe, I am supplying heat, or for example, the heat is removed, whatever it may be. You will see, my dear students, heat or work only when it crosses the boundary. You will see heat or work only when it crosses the boundary. इसका मतलब है there is some interaction of system with surroundings. One second, please. Very good. अब देखो, understand, say I am supplying heat, it is crossing. You will be using the word heat or work only when it crosses the boundary. Whenever it is crossing the boundary, there is an energy interaction in the form of heat and work. Then properties change. So you should use the word heat and work only with respect to a process when it is. So when is the process taking place? When properties are changing. Why properties are changing? Because of energy interaction. Maybe heat interaction, maybe work interaction, maybe into or maybe out. So this heat or work are associated only with process. Why only with process? Because, for example, the system is absolutely in equilibrium. Pressure P1, volume V1, temperature T1, density ρ1, whatever it may be. There is nothing like heat and work. Now, originally, let us say it is insulated. For example, it's something like this, my dear student. Dhyan se suno. I'll give you beautifully like this. There is a system. Understand carefully. Outside pressure is 1 bar. Inside there is a gas at 6 bar. Now you may be wondering, sir, if there is 6 bar, it should move up now. I'm holding with stops. And it is perfectly insulated. Listen carefully. Perfectly insulated. Let us say the surroundings are at 20 degrees centigrade and my system is at 80 degrees centigrade. Abhi to it is in equilibrium. Let us assume it to be a perfect insulation. Abhi to it is perfect insulation. It is absolutely in equilibrium. Pressure, मान लो इसका volume है some 3 units. So let us say the volume is 3 and the pressure is 6. It is in equilibrium. There is no heat, there is no work. It has only properties. Under equilibrium, it has only properties now. अब एक काम करो. Remove the insulation. Remove stops. Remove the insulation. Remove stops. Now I use the word heat and work because process shuru hua. So whenever there is a process, then only you have to use words heat and work. For example, there may be during the process, there may be heat, there may be work or both. For example, सिर्फ आप स्टॉप्स को हटा दीजिए. लेट अस अज्यूम दिस पिस्टन टू बी नॉन कंडक्टिंग मतलब ये हीट ट्रांसफर नहीं करने दे रहा है. तो जस्ट रिमूव स्टॉप्स. व्हेन यू रिमूव स्टॉप्स, नाउ द प्रोसेस स्टार्ट्स. Expansion process. Then I use my gas is raising weights, work is done. You use the work only when it is crossing the boundary. That's why when it crosses the boundary, you call it as transfer. When it is crossing, look at my system is raising weights, means my work is crossing this boundary को cross करके इसको उठा रहा है. So it is crossing the boundary. So whenever it is crossing the boundary, you use the word transfer. There is nothing like heat. There is nothing like work in the system. Work शब्द गलत है. Heat शब्द गलत है. Because when is this occurring? Only when you remove stops. देखो, I remove stops. Now there is only work transfer because it is insulated. No question of heat transfer. मतलब now there is a process. So when there is a process, it changes. मतलब कब तक होगा? मतलब ये how long this process is taking place? Until equilibrium is reached. When equilibrium is reached, again when equilibrium is reached, मान लो अब रुक गया. When you remove stops, now अब रुक गया. So finally, again you have pressure P2, volume V2, temperature T2. Finally, means again at this point your work is gap. Again at this point work is gap. You see work only during the process. जो भी parameters process के दौरान दिखते हैं आपको, we call it as transit. Not in storage, transit. Similarly, अब एक काम करो. अब देखो इस स्टॉप्स को वैसे ही रखो. कीप स्टॉप्स लाइक दिस ओनली. कीप स्टॉप्स लाइक दिस ओनली. कीप स्टॉप्स लाइक दिस ओनली. यहां पे भी हम स्टॉप्स रखेंगे. यहां पे भी स्टॉप्स रखेंगे. कीप लाइक दिस. रिमूव इंसुलेशन. व्हेन इंसुलेशन इज रिमूव्ड, नाउ देयर विल बी हीट ट्रांसफर because it is crossing the boundary. So don't use the word heat because it is transferred. Whenever it is transferred, maybe from system to surroundings or surrounding system, we use the word transfer. There is nothing like heat. There is nothing like work. It is just heat transfer, maybe from system to surroundings or surrounding to system. Maybe from system to surroundings or surrounding to system. So the correct suitable words are heat transfer, work transfer. ये दोनों शब्द आप तभी देखेंगे जब एक process चल रहा है. For example, now remove this, keep these stops like this. Remove the insulation. When you remove the insulation, this this piston cannot move up or down because of the stops. When the insulation is removed, heat transfer is taking place. When heat transfer is taking place, properties are changing. When properties are changing, process is taking place. During the process only there is a heat transfer. Once the equilibrium is reached, again heat transfer is gayab. Again you have only properties. Means under equilibrium state, when there is no process, only we have properties. You don't have heat and work. That's why heat and work will be observed only with process. जो चीजें process के दौरान दिखते हैं, we call this as transit. So heat and work are associated only with processes. They have nothing to do under equilibrium when there is no process. When properties are fixed, there is no heat transfer, there is no work transfer. So therefore, please my dear students, don't use word heat, don't use word work. So sometimes I may be telling the work is 39 kilojoule. It means actually work transfer. Sometimes I use heat is 300 joule. So it means actually heat transfer. Why? Maybe from system से बाहर or surroundings. It is transferred. मतलब boundary को cross करा. Both are boundary phenomenon. So therefore it is transferred. Maybe into out or outside to inside. So it is transfer. Please, all of you, are we clear? All of you, are we clear, my dear students? All of you, are we clear? All of you, are we clear? Very good. So both are energies in transit. So both are energies in transit. It's very important, my dear students. Very important. Chalo. And you know, Very good, very good. Very good. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. No problem at all. No problem at all. I gave you one equation. Last point we'll see and stop for today. And I have taken this. Listen, all of you. Please listen. I have taken this. I don't know whether you remember or not. Yes. So, you know, I applied the equation d dash q for 1a2 plus d dash q for 2b1 is equal to d dash w for 1a2 plus d dash w for 2b1. 1a2 plus 2b1, 1a2 plus sigma q is equal to sigma w. Similarly, let me write for this. So, d dash q for 1a2 plus d dash q for 2c1 is equal to d dash w for 1a2 plus d dash w for 2c1. I repeat, sigma q is sigma w. Sigma q is, I wrote the first law of thermodynamics equation for this, first law of thermodynamics equation for this. Sigma q is equal to sigma w. Sigma q is equal to sigma w. Okay, no problem. It is 2c1. Okay, so if I subtract all these, I had explained already. So we have d dash q for 2b1 minus d dash q for 2c1 is equal to, ये गया, d dash w for 2b1 minus d dash w for 2c1. We got this equation. We got this equation. Absolutely. Already I gave this. Ab dekhna. This is between 2b1 and 2c1. So what I do is, it is between 2b1, this is between, देखो, 2b1 to c1, 2b1 to c1. Okay, heat transfer for 2b1. एक काम करो, ये 2b1 को इधर लाना और ये 2c1 को उधर फेंक देना. माइनस वर्क ट्रांसफर फॉर 2b1, heat transfer for 2b1 minus of this is equal to, you throw it to that side. So heat transfer for 2c1 minus work transfer for 2c1. I repeat. So what I have done is, either dekhna. So I brought 2b1 to this side, just rearrangement of the equation. Now my question to you people. Right now we do not have first law of thermodynamics equation for a process. We have equation of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics only for a cycle, that is sigma q is equal to sigma w. See the beauty of the subject, how it is evolving. Dekho ek bar. D dash q, so I will write this as d dash q minus d dash w. It is for 2b1 is equal to d dash q minus d dash w. देखो d dash q में, it is for 2c1. क्या मतलब है इसका? What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is d dash q minus d dash w. देखो ध्यान से, d dash q minus d dash w is equal, same for 2b1 and 2c1, is same for 2b1 and 2c1. अब देखो ध्यान से, for b and c what is same? For b and c what is same? This is 2 and this is 1. देखो, it is 2 and it is 2 and it is 1. देखो एक बार, देखो 2b1 2c1, 2b1 2c1. देखो, both are starting at 2 and both are ending at 1. दोनों भी 2 से स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं, दोनों भी 1 पे एंड हो रहे हैं. मतलब ध्यान से सुनो, but what is not same? Paths are not same. What is not same? Paths are not same. देखो, both are starting from 2, both are ending at 1. But what is not same? Path B, path C, paths are not same. Even though paths are different, but d dash q minus d dash w. Even though paths are different, but d dash q minus d dash w is same. फिर से बताओ, सुनो, दो paths are different, दोनों के paths अलग है, b और c के, फिर भी d dash q minus d dash w, d dash q minus d dash w, इस B और C के लिए सेम है। इसका मतलब यह है क्यों D dash Q minus D dash W is same for B and 1, because दोनों के लिए something is common. What is that common? Points are common. Points are common. It means this quantity is the same for B and C. If this quantity depends on path, both the paths are different, then I should get not equal. But I am not getting not equal, I am getting equal. Means when I am getting equal, something is same. What is same? 2, 1, 2, 1. Means this quantity is depending only on points. It is not depending on path. That's why it should be a property. That's why it should be property. So D dash Q minus D dash W must be a property, and that property we call it as energy. That property we call it as energy. So D dash Q minus D dash W. Okay, I'll take this to the next slide. Okay, D dash Q minus D dash W for 2B1. Okay, for 2B1 is equal to D dash Q minus D dash W for 2C1. That is yes, देखो एक बार, that is D dash Q for 2B1, and इसका मतलब क्या है? This quantity D dash Q minus D dash W is independent of path, depends only on endpoints. Hence this quantity must be a property, and we call it as energy. So therefore now I write D dash Q minus D dash W for 2B1 is equal to D dash Q minus D dash W for 2C1, and let me write it as DE. Some students may be wondering, sir, why are you writing D? D का मतलब difference of energy. Why not simply E? The reason is it is occurring from 2B1 to 1. Whenever it is occurring from 2 to 1, point 2 is different, point 1 is different. Energy is a property. When energy is a property, so whenever there is a change of state, there will be change in property. So यहाँ से यहाँ change हो रहा है. That's why I wrote DE. I never wrote D dash E because energy is a property. Energy is a property. Therefore, I wrote DE. So just to distinguish D dash D, it is a property. It is a path function. So now I write D dash Q minus D dash W for 2B1 is equal to DE, or D dash Q is equal to, you take it to that side, is equal to DE plus D dash W, and this is for 2B1. See the beauty of the subject. I was not having first law of thermodynamics equation for a process. Can anyone tell what is 2B1? Can anyone tell what is 2B1? It is a process, and this is the equation of first law for a process. देखो beauty, पहले मेरे पास process के लिए equation नहीं था. First I was not having equation for a process. Now I have equation of first law for a process. How the subject is evolving, देखो एक बार. How the subject is evolving. Right now I am richer with first law for a process, first law for a cycle. अब देखना, please observe. D dash Q is equal to, एक बार देखना, DE plus D dash W. Where from we got this equation? I got from sigma Q is equal to, I got from this. But this is applicable for what? Any cycle. Any cycle. What do you mean by any? Reversible or irreversible. So I got this equation. For a process. As this is applicable for any cycle, this is also applicable for any process. What do you mean by any? Reversible or irreversible? Because I got this equation. ये equation यहाँ से आया. इसलिए when this is valid for any cycle, this is valid for any process, reversible or irreversible. So please note down that this is the first law of thermodynamics equation for any process. What do you mean by any? Reversible or irreversible? Now let's make some changes. You know that work is equal to PdV. Now I substitute. D dash Q is equal to DE plus work PdV. Can you tell me it is valid for what? My dear students, this is the first law of thermodynamics equation for a process undergone by a closed system with reversible, because work is equal to PdV is valid only for a closed system undergoing reversible process. Closed system undergoing reversible process. क्योंकि आप ये अप्लाई किए, दिस इज फॉर एनी, इसमें कोई कंडीशन नहीं है. यू कैन अप्लाई दिस फॉर रिवर्सिबल, यू कैन अप्लाई दिस फॉर इरिवर्सिबल, बट इफ यू रिप्लेस वर्क विथ पीडीबी, पीडीबी इज वैलिड ओनली फॉर रिवर्सिबल. नाउ दिस इक्वेशन इज वैलिड only for a closed system undergoing reversible process, because you replace work with PDB, it is strictly valid for a closed system undergoing reversible process. See the beauty of the subject, my dear students, and you should be very, very careful, my dear students, kyunki so understanding the subject, how things are coming, the flow is very important rather than just remembering the equation. Hope all of you have understood the concept clearly. Please tell me, is it clear? All of you, is it clear? Yes, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, hope it is clear. Very good, thank you, thank you, thank you. तो आज के लिए मैं क्लोज कर रहा हूं. So I'll take up your doubt sessions in the next class. So happy happy Vinayak Chauthi, गणेश की जय बोलो. तो चलो अब हम we are stopping the class. I repeat, hope I'm waiting for you. तो yes, I'm getting concepts. Is everything clear? आज के concepts सब सही है? आज सब सही है? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'm stopping the class. I repeat, I'm stopping the class. Goodbye. And tomorrow onwards we'll be meeting in the morning itself. Morning itself, okay? Thank you, thank you. See, Taqiyuddin, I told you clearly, अभी हम closed system discuss कर रहे हैं. I already told you that open system के लिए भी first law रहता है. मैं derive करके बताऊंगा आपको, okay? Thank you. तो God bless you, okay? चलो, stop. I'm stopping.